Hi guys, this is Simon of Travel Agent Hanoi. So today I thought I'd walk you through the Vietnamese currency. Now Vietnamese currency is called the Vietnam Dong, and it comes in varying denominations starting from 200 up to 500,000. Yes, 500,000. It can get confusing. Whenever you go on holiday you're always going to get confused with currency for the first time, but after a few using the currency for a few times, you do get used to it. So basically I'm going to run through all the notes that you will come across and see if we can help you out before you travel to Vietnam. Okay, so this is a full array of all the notes that you'll see in Vietnam on your travels. The 200 dong is not there actually, but it is not in circulation as much. So I'll go through each individual note and explain what it looks like, what's on the reverse side of the banknote, and also what it can be used to buy in Vietnam. Okay, so we'll start off with the 500. As I say, the 200 isn't in circulation that often, so we'll start with this one. So this is the 500 dong. Now this isn't worth a hell of a lot, so I wouldn't worry about this one too much. As you can hear, I'm filming this in our front garden. Lovely location under the tree. So just to know that, so you understand what is on the back of this 500 dong note, it's the Haiphong harbour. So there's a boat there in the Haiphong harbour. Okay, 500 dong will be sometimes given in change, or sometimes I've come across supermarkets giving me a sweet or a piece of candy for you Americans. This is kind of, I think, a bit of a scam, but the rest they show the supermarket is going to make a killing on all those extra 500s. It reminds me of a Superman movie with Richard Pryor collecting all those half cents or whatever it was. So this isn't used that often, but if you come across it, this is what it looks like. The next one up in the chain is the 1000 or Mut Ninh Dong. This one is used more often than the 500 and is often given in change. It can mount up to a few thousand and be used to buy certain things. The back of the note, you can see the elephant pulling the logs. So this is denoting lumber production. So this is Mut Ninh, which is 1000 in Vietnamese, Mut Ninh Dong. As I say, 1000 doesn't get you a lot unless you culminate a few of them together. You can probably get a beer hoy with 7 of these, 7,000 at one of the little beer hoys in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh, wherever you are. Next up is the 2000. Again, similar to the 1000, where it's used a lot more than the 500, and culminate a few of these together and you can definitely get yourself a beer or two. On the back of this 2000 note is the textile industry. Okay, 2000, which is Hai Ninh Dong. Hai means 2 and Ninh means 1000. So Hai Ninh Dong. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but there you get the idea. Okay, so that's the 2000. Okay, so now moving up to the 5000, and on the back of this one is actually a hydro power plant in Chi An. I think that's how you could pronounce it. So 5000 is Nam Ninh. Nam is 5, again Ninh is 1000. So 5000 used to be able to get you a beer hoy, but beer hoys tend to be 7 to 10,000 now. The quality of the beer hoys has gone up, so the price has gone up. You get beer hoy Hanoi, which can be 10,000, or 1 or 2 others as well. So 5,000, I think you can probably get a lighter or something, but not smoking. I'm not sure about that. Donuts in Hanoi tend to be 2,000 to 3,000 each, so stick 1,000 on with that and you've got yourself 2 donuts. Okay, don't pay the high charges that the donut ladies are expecting when you see them walking around with the big baskets of donuts. Don't pay more than you probably won't get the price of Vietnamese get, but at least do not pay 100,000 for 6 donuts. They're only about 2,000 or 3,000 each, so you can work it out how much you think a tourist should spend and go from there. So that's the 5,000. So now on to the 10,000. We are certainly getting up there now. Starting to worry about how many thousands you've got in your pocket, in your purse or in your wallet. Okay, on the reverse side of the 10,000 is the oil and gas rigs. Okay, that's Mui Nin. That's 10,000. Okay, just to show you that this is what you should be expecting, and any fake notes out there you can recognize straight away. With 10,000, as I say, you can probably get a beer Hoi for that, but also you can get a large bottle of water, a 1.5 litre bottle of water for 10,000. Usually buy them in Vinmarts or Circle K shops. They're the small supermarkets that you'll see, little shops. You'll see every 50 meters, 100 meters in Hanoi. So when you walk into there, you'll be able to see bottles of water. Hand them this one, and you'll be able to get yourself a bottle of water with this. Actually, some beers are also about 10,000 as well. A can of beer, let's say beer Hanoi, you can get for 10,000 in the Vinmart or the Circle K. 10,000 will also buy you a couple of lighters for smoking, I believe. But there are small snacks that are also around about 5,000, so you can pay 10,000 for a couple of small snacks. One of the little street guys that walks around with his bicycle, he does little desserts like coconut things. I think they're about 5,000 to 10,000. So that's the kind of thing you can buy with 10,000. Okay. Okay, now we're getting up to the big boys, 20,000, and it's you recognise it's a blue colour. Now, when you come across the 500,000 and this one, you'll see a similarity. So be careful. This one is worth around about $1. Dollar is about 23,000 at the moment, but if you stick to 20,000, it makes it a little bit easier to calculate. It's 23,300 for $1 US, and around about 30,000 for £1. Okay, euros, you guys can work that one out yourself. On the back of the 20,000, you'll find the Cow Pagoda in Hoi An, which is cow means bridge. Okay, you'll see this when you go to Hoi An with us. If you've booked a Vietnam itinerary with us, that's great. So 20,000. Now you're starting to move towards buying meals now. So for a pho bar or pho gar, you can see that you just need another one of them, and you can get yourself a noodle soup for lunch. Sometimes it may need an extra one like that to make it 35,000 for a bowl of soup. Vietnamese will probably get it for 30. With less meat, you might get it for 25. So it all depends. You have a look at, just have a look at the money and play with it and see what you see. Get used to it, you know. Okay, so with 20,000, obviously 2 bottles of water, and towards getting towards a meal as well. Okay, so that's 20,000. Okay, now on to 50,000, and this is a more distinguishable kind of a note, being that it's red. When you're mixing up with other colours, you notice the blues and greens and browns. So with a red one, you can see it straight away. This has a value of around $2, and it will get you a meal at lunchtime with a bit of leftover for a drink too. So you could buy yourself a pho bar for 30,000 or 35,000, and sometimes bottles of beer at the little street stalls can be 15,000. So 50,000 will get you a bowl of soup and a bottle of beer, which is perfect. And on the reverse side, you've got Phu Van Lao, which is a pavilion located in the Imperial Citadel in Hue. Okay, so that's 50,000. And what you'll notice is that, you may not notice, but these notes are made of a polymer. So it's nice little plasticky thing. So you leave these in your clothes when you get washed, in laundry or whatever. You'll be safe in the knowledge that they'll be fine. You see the see-through here. They're a little bit like the Australian money really. When I went there, that was waterproof. I don't go surfing and that. So this is the same here. It's pretty durable. Doesn't tear very easy, so it's pretty good. Okay, so now we're showing you the 100,000, and this is definitely a distinguishable colour of the green. This is Mutcham, which is 100,000, and as you notice, you've got a picture of Ho Chi Minh on the front of all the notes. On the reverse side of this note is the Temple of Literature in Hanoi. So this is a beautiful little spot. This is the first university in Vietnam. So with 100,000, you're starting to see that you can pay for quite a bit now. So you're starting to look at dinner in a good restaurant. You can find meals for around about 70,000, 60, 70,000, maybe 80,000. Better restaurants, you'd probably be paying about 100,000. This used to be worth about $5 with it being 20,000, but it's more when you're getting into the higher numbers. It's more like $4. Okay, so that's the 100,000. Next up is the 200,000, and again we've got a picture of Ho Chi Minh on the front, and that's Hai Cham, which is 200,000. On the reverse side, you may recognize this one. It's Ha Long Bay. Beautiful place, definitely worth a visit. Check our Vietnam tours on the website at travelagenthanoi.com, and you'll see some great cruises to Ha Long Bay. So with 200,000, you could say it's worth around $10, maybe $9 now with the exchange rate. But with 200,000, you can definitely buy a meal. It's sometimes a meal for two in a good restaurant. A restaurant we use, myself and my wife and that, we go to New Day in Hanoi, and 200,000 gets you quite a lot of food actually. A couple of drinks and a few dishes. Some of the dishes can be like 40, 50,000. If you go to the buffet side of it, you can get even more. So, but that's not freshly cooked. So I go for the a la carte menu rather than the buffet. So 200,000. So you can actually probably stay in a hotel with 200,000 these days. Really cheap hotel with no breakfast, let's say 2-star, maybe 1-star. Backpackers, you can stay in a hostel for 200,000 in some places. I'm filming this during the pandemic of 2020, so there aren't many hostels open, but I'm sure when they come back open, they will be offering all sorts of prices. Probably free rooms if you take a tour or something like that, just to get back into the business. So 200,000 is worth quite a bit. So keep an eye on them. And you see it's kind of a reddy colour, little bits of brown. Okay. Now the big boy, final one, is 500,000. Now this is worth around about $23, and definitely worth keeping an eye on, especially when you're in taxis. The taxi drivers know that these look very similar to the 20,000s. I'll just get one of them for you. It's a slightly different blue and slightly bigger than the 20,000, but you can see that you could be mistaken if you had these together like this. You may not notice the difference, you see, especially if it's mixed up with some other notes in there. So do be wary of this when you're getting in and out of taxis, paying the fare. You've got to make sure that you know this currency, because the difference between, let's say, $1 and $23 is quite vast. And if you're a backpacker, it's kind of suicide time. I know, I've been a backpacker, and you lose $20 odd, you are not happy, because $20 goes a long way in Vietnam. So do be careful. There have been incidences where the taxi driver has gone into people's wallets, actually stuck their hand in to pretend to help you with your change, and actually dragged out a 500. And then when you've noticed, you said, oh, no, I want that back. What he's done is he's switched it very quickly with a 20. So he's taken the 500 Whoa, and he's, oh, sorry, here you go, 20. Really cheeky. That's one of the scams that taxi drivers will get up to. But don't be scared, it doesn't happen that often, but you just have to be aware of these things when you do come to Vietnam. Okay, so with 500,000, you can get a hotel room, 3-star hotel room with breakfast with 500,000, and with the offers that are going on, probably when the pandemic is over, you'll probably get something decent with that. And it's a good night out with meals and drinks with friends and things like that. If you want beer high, yeah, you're going to get absolutely smashed with that, and all the snacks and food that you eat with it. So yes, 500 is definitely the big boy. And on the reverse side, you'll see this is Uncle Ho's house, Ho Chi Minh in Kim Lien. So there we go, that's 500,000. Okay, so that's the Vietnamese currency, the Vietnam Dong. Hopefully this is a big help for you before you come to Vietnam, because it can get confusing looking at all these zeros on the end. If you just take the 3 zeros off, and instead of 500,000, just call it 500 and 200 and 20 and 100. The Vietnamese do as well. They say Mut Cham, which is 100, or they say Nam Mui, which is 50, or Nam Cham, which is 500. So they don't say the Neen, which is the thousands, you know. So do the same, just say 50, 100, 500. And when you're walking around places, they will speak a little bit of English to you, but at least I've given you some idea of a little bit of the Vietnamese language as well, to show how you can say the words. So you got like Nam Cham Dong, the smallest one, not the 200 but the 500. You've got Mut Neen, which is 1,000, Hai Neen, which is 2,000, Nam Neen, which is 5,000, Mui Neen, which is 10,000, Hai Mui Neen, which is 20,000, Nam Mui Neen, which is 50,000, Mut Cham Neen, which is 100,000, Hai Cham Neen, which is 200,000, and Nam Cham Neen, which is 500,000. So it gives you an idea. Maybe keep this video handy, and if you do need to remember how to say them, I'm not saying them correctly, I know. I'm not going to profess to say that I'm perfect speaking Vietnamese or English, to be honest, Vietnamese. So do keep that at hand. It might be useful for you while you're traveling around. One thing to point out also is that there is fake money, and this is actually used for kind of remembrance services for people who have passed away. So what they do is they have paper clothes, hats, trousers, even a walking stick. My mother-in-law had a walking stick for her father, and that was put on a fire along with fake money. And this is basically to provide for their ancestors, their past loved ones who that have died. And so the fake money is used for that. It is quite obvious what the 500,000 looks like. It's got a picture of some king with a long black beard and some kind of crown. It's definitely not Ho Chi Minh. Well, that's it. So if you have any questions about currency or anything about Vietnam, do drop us an email, booking@travelagenthanoi.com. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel too, so subscribe to that, click the bell to be notified of new videos, and I will see you soon. Cheers.